ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताकास्वामी इति नामिने। नमः आचार्यपादाय निताय कृपाप्रदायिने गौरकथाधामदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य सुतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Today, on the auspicious occasion of Appearance Day Maha Mahotsav of Sri Narasimha Dev Bhagwan, we will be reading about Narasimha Dev's Leela. We will try to understand about this pastime, this incarnation. Sri Narasimha Dev Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, 7th chapter, 14th verse. त्रैपिष्टपोरुभयः स नृसिंहरूपं कृत्वा भ्रमद्भ्रुकुटिदंष्ट्रकरालवक्त्रं दैत्रेन्द्रमाशु गदयाभिपतन्तमाराद् ऊरौ निपात्य विदधार नखैः स्फुरन्तं त्रैपिष्टपोरुभयः नृसिंहरूपं कृत्वा भ्रमद्भ्रुकुटिदंष्ट्रकरालवक्त्रं दैत्येन्द्रमाशु गदयाभिपतन्तमाराद् ऊरो निपात्य विदधार नखैः स्फुरन्तम्. Tripistapa, the demigods, Urubayaha, one who vanquishes great fears, Saha, he, the personality of Godhead, Nrisimha Rupam, assuming the incarnation, Nrisimha, Kritva, doing so, Brahmat, by rolling, Brukuti, eyebrows, Damstra, teeth, Karala, greatly fearful, Vaktram, mouth, Daitya Indram, the king of the demons, Asu, immediately, Gadaya, with club in hand, Abhipatantam, while falling down, Arat, nearby, Uro, on the thighs, Nipatya, placing on Vidadhara, pierced, Nakaihi, by the nails, Spurantam, while challenging. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. The personality of Godhead assumed the incarnation of Nrasimha Deva in order to vanquish the great fears of the demigods. He killed the king of the demons, Hiranyakashipu, who challenged the Lord with a club in his hand. By placing the demon on his thighs and piercing him with his nails, rolling his eyebrows in anger and showing his fearful teeth and mouth. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The history of Hiranyakashipu and his great devotee son Prahalada Maharaja is narrated in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hiranyakashipu became very powerful by material achievements and thought himself to be immortal by the grace of Brahmaji. Brahmaji declined to award him the benediction of immortality because he himself is not an immortal being. But Hiranyakashipu derived Brahmaji's benediction in a roundabout way, almost equal to becoming an immortal being. Hiranyakashipu was sure that he would not be killed by any man or demigod or by any kind of known weapon, nor would he die in day or night. The Lord, however, assumed the incarnation of half man and half lion, which was beyond the imagination of a materialistic demon like Hiranyakashipu, and thus keeping pace with the benediction of Brahmaji, the Lord killed him. He killed him on his lap, so that he was killed neither on the land nor on the water nor in the sky. The demon was pierced by Nrisimha's nails, which were beyond the human weapons imaginable by Hiranyakashipu. The literal meaning of Hiranyakashipu is one who is after gold and soft bedding, the ultimate aim of all materialistic men. Such demoniac men who have no relationship with God gradually become puffed up by material acquisitions and begin to challenge the authority of the Supreme Lord and torture those who are devotees of the Lord. Prahlad Maharaja happened to be the son of Hiranyakashipu, and because the boy was a great devotee, his father tortured him to the best of his ability. In this extreme situation, the Lord assumed the incarnation of Narasimha Deva, and just to finish the enemy of the demigods, the Lord killed Hiranyakashipu in a manner beyond the demon's imagination. Materialistic plans of godless demons are always frustrated by the all-powerful Lord. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So Lord Narasimha Deva is very important incarnation, very prominent incarnation, which we can easily remember in our life, which we always remember. There are very different incarnations Lord has taken, unlimited incarnation Lord has taken, but this Narasimha Deva's incarnation we always remember whenever we are in danger. So he's ready to help us in any situation. Lord Narasimha Dev is very powerful, very dear to us. All the Vaishnavas is very dear to all the Vaishnavas. Whenever we are in difficulty, we remember Narasimha Deva. He is protecting us. We are always troubled by various kinds of enemies in our life. Enemies like our own enemies. No, it is our own enemies actually. It is like we are troubled by external enemies, like Yaksha Rakshasas, Bhuta Pirita Pishachas, like envious snakes, envious ghostly creatures. So many enemies are troubling us always. So Lord Narasimha Dev is always protecting us. Whenever we are in danger, we feel unsecured. When we remember Lord Narasimha Dev, we feel safe and secure. We chant the mantra Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jalantam Sarvatomukam Narsimham Bhishanam Bhadram Mrityor Namameham. Even death is afraid of Lord Narasimha Deva. He is Ugra and is full of courage. Ugra and is very Ugra and is cruel and is a very courageous person. Is Narsimham Bhishanam Bhadram is very auspicious. Even the death is afraid of this Lord Narasimha Deva. The death personified, the death is afraid of Lord Narasimha Deva. Mrityur Namami, even they worship Lord Narasimha Deva. The ghostly creatures, they cause us death, untimely death. The Yaksha Rakshasas, they cause us untimely death. The snakes, scorpions, they all cause us untimely death. So they are also afraid of Lord Narasimha Deva. So such is the power of Lord Narasimha Deva. Lord Narasimha Deva protected his devotee, boy devotee Prahlada under various circumstances. His father Hiranyakashipu troubled this boy, his own son, in various ways. He wanted to kill him in various ways, but Lord Narasimha Deva always protected him. What are the various methods Hiranyakashipu employs to kill his own son Prahlada? He gives poison. He employs destructive spells, abhichara. He employs snakes. He employs an elephant. He throws the Prahlada from a mountain. So many methods he adopts to kill this boy Prahlada, but the boy Prahlad is always saved by Lord Narasimha. Lord Krishna is always saving this boy Prahlada. So this Narasimha's incarnation is very powerful incarnation. We always like to remember him always whenever we are in difficulty. Especially I always remember Lord Narasimha whenever I am in difficulty. So he's always protecting us. Maybe you may be a small devotee or you may be a little advanced devotee, but Narasimha is always protecting us, our devotional service. Because of Lord Narasimha's protection, we could able to practice devotional service in the midst of so many demons. There were very few demons in the past yugas, but now the demons has extremely increased. Population of demons has increased, and devotee population is very reduced. And our Narasimha, in spite of our minority among these demons, we are actually saved by Lord Narasimha. It is actually great mercy that is protecting us. It is this great causeless mercy that is protecting all of us. So in this cage of quarrel and hypocrisy, so much we are troubled by so much distractions are there. Our devotional, it is very difficult to practice devotional service, but Lord Narasimha is very mercifully protecting our devotional service, our practices of devotional service. Our lives are protected, our property is protected, our relatives are protected by Lord Narasimha. When we preach this, it is very difficult to preach this holy name of Lord Krishna among various atheistic population, among various competition, various rivals. But somehow we could able to preach because of Lord Narasimha's protection. Lord Narasimha's blessings, His causeless mercy upon all of us. So we should always practice devotional service. We should practice bhakti. Then that way Narasimha will protect us. Our strength is insignificant in front of Lord Krishna, Lord Narasimha. He is a creator of this world. He is a maintainer of this world. He is also destroyer of this world. But he is protecting his devotees. When he decides to protect his devotees, nobody can kill. Rake Krishna Mare Krishna Rake. When Lord Narasimha decides to protect someone, nobody can kill him. When Lord Narasimha decided to kill someone, nobody can protect him. So this example you can take when Lord Narasimha decided to kill Prahlada's father Hiranyakashipu. No one could able to protect Hiranyakashipu. When Lord Narasimha decided to protect Prahlada, no one could able to kill him. Even his own father has tried to kill Hiranyakashipu, tried to kill Prahlada, but he unable to kill in any way. So Hiranyakashipu had so much benediction from Narada, from Brahma. So this entire pastimes of Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad Maharaja, this Narasimhadev Leela is mentioned in 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavata Puranam. Hiranyakashipu performs severe penances, austerities in order to become immortal. But he becomes very morose that his younger brother Hiranyaksha was killed by Varahadev. So he wants to become powerful to take revenge against Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, and he performs austerity, very severe austerity, and Lord Brahma came down and gives him benediction. Hiranyakashipu asks benediction that he should not be killed by any human beings or animals or demigods. No one should kill him. No animals or any demigods or human beings or animals. So he should not be killed in the day or night. He should not be killed with weapon, or he should not killed within the house or outside the house. He wanted to become immortal, but Brahmaji told, I myself I am not an immortal being. How can I be? How can I give you prediction that you become immortal? So he having said like this, Hiranyakashipu thought, okay, let me ask some other benediction. In that way, he wanted to take benediction that he wanted to become immortal. He tried to take benediction in a roundabout way. almost on equal level to becoming an immortal being. Hiranyakashipu was sure that he would not be killed by any man or demigod. He does not want to be killed by a man or demigod. So there are various types of demigods. 8 types of demigods are there. He does not want to be killed by any type of demigods, and he does not want to be killed by man, and he does not want to be killed by weapon, or nor he wanted to die in day or night. Thus. So he may ask so many benediction, but his intelligence is very limited. The Lord is the creator of all this mind, intelligence, and ego, earth, water, ether, air, fire, mind, intelligence, ego. These 8 elements is created by Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, and even the soul is the expansion of Lord Krishna, is a marginal energy of Lord Krishna. So it can never equal to Lord Vishnu. It can never be. It cannot be equal to Lord Vishnu in power, but only in love. Love is the only thing which can conquer God. No power can conquer God. The Lord, however, assumed the incarnation of half man and half lion, which was beyond the imagination of materialistic demons like Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu thought he is very intelligent, and he got benediction. He can challenge Lord Vishnu, and thus keeping pace with the benediction of Brahmaji, the Lord killed him. So Lord Brahma also is son of God, son of Lord Krishna. So he keeps the promises of his devotees. So without disturbing the promises, with keeping the promises of Brahma, his own son, and he killed Hiranyakashipu. He did not kill him on outside or day or night. He killed in the evening. He killed him on his lap. He did not use any weapon. He used his nails. He killed him on his lap. He kept Hiranyakashipu. He was kept by Narasimhadev on his lap. Narasimhadev's lap. Hiranyakashipu has been kept. So he was killed neither on the land nor on the water. So he was killed on the lap of Narasimhadev. So just by using the nails of Narasimhadev, lion's nails, so Lord Narasimhadev killed Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu, they are all materialistic demons, which means they do not have the knowledge of soul. Materialistic demons means they only have the knowledge of these material elements, of 8 material elements of earth, water, ether, air, fire, mind, intelligence, and ego. They only have knowledge of all these 8 material elements, and they are only materialistic people. They have no understanding about soul. They have no understanding about super soul, Lord Krishna. So they have no devotion, they have no love for God. So they have their aim is to become as much comfortable materially as they accumulate as much as possible money, property, women, servants, followers, women. So that is a goal of their materialistic people. So Hiranyakashipu is also one of the materialistic man, and he wanted to accumulate all kinds of gold and all kinds of bedding for enjoying sensual life, gold and bedding. This is the ultimate aim of all materialistic men. Those who are enemies of God, their goal is this only. They want to accumulate money, and they want to enjoy women. So these demonic kinds of people, they don't want to keep any relationship with God, even though they want to enjoy the property of God, but they do not want to have any relationship with God. This is the ungratefulness. They are very much ungrateful. So they gradually become puffed up by material acquisition and begin to challenge the authority of the Supreme Lord. So by they become very much puffed up by their material acquisitions, and they try to challenge the authority of the Supreme Lord, and they torture those who are devotees of the Lord. So these demonic people, they torture the devotees. It is sinful activities are being propagated everywhere, like meat eating, gambling, intoxication, illicit sex. So much adharma has been propagated everywhere. The devotees are tortured by these things. The devotees does not like to associate with these kinds of people, but still they are to associate with these kinds of people. Very difficult. They are torturing the devotees. So they eat all kinds of rubbish food stuff, all kinds of animals they kill, like how many animals they are killing, cows or kill like anything. And brahmanas are given all kinds of trouble. They are unable to follow practice, they are unable to practice devotional service. So much difficult. Their families are destroyed, means their families are in extreme trouble. But these demons are extremely powerful. They are influential. They are have property, everything, wealth, women, everything. But the devotees are suffering for basic requirements. So much problem is being faced by these devotees. The demons are giving all kinds of trouble to the devotees. Prahlad Maharaj happened to be the son of Hiranyakashipu, and because the boy was a great devotee, his father tortured him to the best of his ability. So the present day leaders also torturing the citizens in all best possible ways. Whatever best possible way they are torturing. They are becoming atheistic. They don't support for Brahmanical culture. They don't give support for protection of cows. Brahmanical culture is not protected. Cows are not protected. So they are giving all kinds of trouble to the devotees. The rulers. In this extreme situation, the Lord assumed the incarnation of Narasimha Deva, and just to finish this enemy of the demigods, the Lord killed Hiranyakashipu in a manner beyond the demon's imagination. Materialistic plans of godless demons are always trusted by the Supreme Lord. So, in this way, Lord Narasimha Deva protected his devotees. So, Lord Narasimha Deva always protect his devotees. So Lord Narasimha Deva is not partial, but he likes that those who love him, he helps them. And in Kali Yuga, Lord has taken the form of a monk. He has become a monk in Kali Yuga. He has become a sannyasi in Kali Yuga, and now he is not killing the demons physically. He is only killing the demonic mentality of the people. So that is the more merciful incarnation. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come in the Kali Yuga, and he is killing the demons mentality of the demons. Demoniac mentality is killing. He is not killing the physically. In the past he was killing physically. Now he is killing even more powerfully. That is his mentality. And he is killing the mentality, and he is making them the devotees. This is great. जय नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. हरे कृष्ण. वाच तदा तत्साधु मन्ये सुरवर्य देहिनां सदा समुद्विग्न धियाम् असद्ग्रहात् हित्वात्मपाथं गरमन्दभूपं वनं गतो यत् हरिम् आश्रयेथ. Sri Prahlad Maharaja, translation and purport by His Divine Grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prahlad Maharaja replied, O best of the Asuras, king of the demons, as far as I have learned from my spiritual master, any person who has accepted a temporary body and temporary household life is certainly embarrassed by anxiety because of having fallen in a dark well where there is no water but only suffering. One should give up this position and go to the forest. More clearly, one should go to Vrindavana, where only Krishna consciousness is prevalent, and should thus take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport. Hiranyakashipu thought that Prahlada, being nothing but a small boy with no actual experience, might reply with something pleasing but nothing practical. Similarly, Prahlad Maharaja, however, being an exalted devotee, had acquired all the qualities of education. Yasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana sarvair gunais tatra samasate suraha harava bhaktasya kuto mahad gunaha guna manoratena sati dhavato bahihi. One who has unflinching faith in devotion to Krishna consistently manifests all the good qualities of Krishna and the demigods. However, he who has no devotion to the Supreme Personality Godhead has no good qualification because he is engaged by mental concoctions in material existence, which is the external feature of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.12. So-called educated philosophers and scientists who are simply on the mental platform cannot distinguish between what is actually Sat, eternal, and what is Asat, temporary. The Vedic injunction is Asato ma Jyotirgama. Everyone should give the platform of temporary existence and approach the eternal platform. The soul is eternal and topics concerning the eternal soul are actually knowledge. Elsewhere it is said, Apashyatam Atma Tattvam Gruheshu Gruha Medinam. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.1.2. Those who are attached to the bodily conception of life and who thus stick to life as a grahastha or householder on the platform of material sense enjoyment cannot see the welfare of the eternal soul. Prahlada Maharaja confirmed this by saying that if one wants success in life, he should immediately understand from the right sources what his self-interest is and how he should mold his life in spiritual consciousness. One should understand himself to be part and parcel of Krishna and thus completely take shelter of his lotus feet for guaranteed spiritual success. Everyone in the material world is in the bodily conception, struggling hard for existence, life after life. Prahlad Maharaja therefore recommended that to stop this material condition of repeated birth and death, one should go to the forest, Vana. In the Varnashrama system, one first becomes a brahmachari, then a grahastha, a vanaprastha, and finally a sannyasi. Going to the forest means accepting manaprastha life, which is between grahastha life and sannyasa, as confirmed in the Vishnu Purana 3.8.9. Varnashrama charavata purushena parapuman Vishnuraradyate. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhyalila 8.58. By accepting this institution of Varna and Ashrama, one can very easily elevate himself to the platform of worshipping Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Otherwise, if one remains in the bodily conception, one must rot within this material world and his life will be a failure. Society must have divisions of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra, and for spiritual advancement one must gradually develop as a brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha and sannyasi. Prahlad Maharaja recommended that his father accept vanaprastha life because as a grahastha he was becoming increasingly demoniac due to bodily attachment. Prahlada recommended to his father that accepting vanaprastha life would be better than going deeper and deeper into graham and the kupam, the blind well of life as a grahastha. In our Krishna consciousness movement, we therefore invite all the elderly persons of the world to come to Vrindavana and stay there in retired life, making advancement in spiritual consciousness, Krishna consciousness. So, this is actually very nice sloka. So, this is a conversation between Prahlad Maharaja and his father, Hiranyakashipu. So, before we try to understand this sloka, we will take blessings of Guru. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmiritam Mena Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Iti Namine. Nama Acharya Padaya Nita Kripa Pradayine Gaura Katha Dhamadaya Nagara Gramadhanine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Sadarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this shloka is very nice, very important and very informative and very decisive. This shloka, this is a conversation between Prahlad Maharaja and his son Hiranyakashipu and his father Hiranyakashipu. So they are the family of Daitya family, which means enemies families, enemies of Lord Krishna. Daityas means there are enemies of demigods, enemies of Lord Vishnu, Daityas. But even though in Daityas, Prahlada has taken birth, he is a great devotee, he is a Mahajana. So he became devotee by the teachings of Narada Muni. When he was in the womb of his mother, Narada Muni advised his mother. So in that way, he got the teachings within the mother womb only. He learned things, Vaishnava religion, Vaishnava dharma, devotion to Krishna. He learned from his mother's womb only. So here he is explaining to his father, discussion, friendly discussion among the father and son. He is telling what is what. So he is telling, O best of the Asuras, king of the demons, as far as I have learned from my spiritual master. So he is referring to Narada Muni. So any person who has accepted the temporary body and temporary household life is utterly embarrassed by anxiety because of having fallen in dark well where there is no water but only suffering. So this householder life, temporary householder life, and this temporary body and temporary household life is temporary, but we are too much attached to this. When we are too much attached to this temporary body and temporary household life, then we'll certainly have anxiety. How to maintain this body, how to maintain this house, how to maintain our relatives, friends, so many things, how to give charity, how to give, so many things will be in always anxiety because we have accepted this temporary body and temporary household life. But when we do it as a Krishna service, that becomes happiness. When we do it for self gratification, that will become source of anxiety. So the body is temporary, the household life is temporary, but that should be engaged in Krishna's service. Then the anxiety will not be there. If even that anxiety will become happiness. But if we do not engage the body in Krishna's service and do not engage the household life in Krishna's service, then that will be source of our anxiety. So because this is considered to be a dark well, there is no water but only suffering, because all they will exploit. They are like the plunderers. The relatives will be like plunderers. When you are not having money, nobody will care. When you have money, everybody will come and plunder the resources. So like this it will happen. Family life means they are plunderers, like children's or wife or any parents or anybody. They like how it is a plunderer. You have no money, they will not care about you. When you have money, they will all come and they will flock around you. Give this, like that. So you cannot come out of this, then you will be in anxiety. So this is what is this shloka is all about. Where there is no water but only suffering. You think that this problem is going to solve, okay, but next problem will come. So it is like a dark well where there is no water, only suffering. So it is like a desert. You may be getting little happiness in the family life, which is like a water in the desert, but you will not able to come out of the desert. You will not able to come out of this dark well, because there is nobody to rescue you out of this difficult situation. But only if you surrender to Krishna, then you will be able to come out of this situation. Otherwise, if you are Graha Medhi, it is difficult. So this is actually instruction is for Graha Medhi father. So for Grahasthas, everything, body, household, everything they are surrendering to Krishna. Marobi Rakobi Joicha Tumara Arpidu Tuvapada Nanda Kishora. My house, everything I surrender unto you. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. So either you protect me or you kill me, I surrender unto you. This is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. So Graha Medhi Grahastha. This is actually instruction is for Graha Medhis. So because they are too much attached to this body and household life, it is better for them to give up this house at the suitable time and go to forest and do penance, austerity there. Especially Prabhupada mentions you go to Vrindavan. Vrindavan where Lord Krishna, the devotional pastimes, you can remember, you can become a devotee. So Prabhupada mentions like Vrindavana. So there are many holy places all over the India, like Mayapur is there, Jagannath Puri is there, Vrindavan is there, Dwaraka is there, so many Sri Rangam, Tirupati, so many holy places all over the world. So at the time of when old age time, we should retire and go to some holy places like this, and engage in Krishna consciousness, engage in spiritual service to Lord Krishna, devotional service to Lord Krishna. So Hiranyakashipu thought that Prahlada, being nothing but a small boy with no actual experience, might reply with something pleasing but nothing practical. Prahlad Maharaj, however, being an exalted devotee and had acquired all the qualities of education, Yasyasti Bhakti Bhagavati Akinchana Sarvais Tatre Samasate Suraha Harao Bhaktasya Kuto Mahadgunah Anoratena Sati Dhavato Bahihi. One who has unflinching faith, devotional faith in Krishna, consistently manifests all the good qualities of Krishna and the demigods. However, he who has no devotion to the Supreme Personality Godhead has no good qualification because he is engaged by mental concoction in material existence, which is the external feature of the Lord. So there may be so many very good qualifications we may find in people who are not devotees of Krishna, but that is just a mental concoction. But if one is a devotee of Krishna, even though he may not have many good qualities, but still he is good, because he will develop the qualities, good qualities slowly, because by association with Lord Krishna, he will develop all the good qualities. If one is not a devotee of Krishna, but he has a lot of good qualities, we cannot trust that. That good qualities may be there for some time, may not be there for some time. So it's better to trust a devotee of Lord Krishna, even though he may have some negative qualities, but still he is good. So Vishnu Bhakte Bhaved Dive Asurastad Viparyaha. So Vishnu devotees will have all good qualities. Asuras will not have many good qualities. Even though they may be externally they have some good qualities, but main disqualification is they are not devotees of Vishnu. That is the main disqualification they have. So-called educated philosophers and scientists who are simply on the mental platform cannot distinguish between what is actually Sat eternal and what is Asat temporary. The Vedic injunction is Asatoma Jyotirgamaha. Everyone should give up the platform of temporary existence and approach the eternal platform. So this world is considered Kamachika, Tamoguna world, full of darkness, but it is recommended to approach Jyotirgama. We all have to go to Jyoti, Brahma Jyoti and Bhagavan. All the planets are situated in Brahma Jyoti, like sunshine. These are all the planets are situated in the sunshine. Similarly, all the spiritual planets are situated in Brahma Jyoti. So we all have to go from temporary Tamoguna world of this to Jyotirgama, spiritual world. The soul is eternal, and topics concerning the soul, eternal soul, are also actually knowledge. So there may be so many topics, like there is material elements, 8 material elements are there: earth, water, ether, air, fire, mind, intelligence and ego. There may be so many topics may be there, but ultimate topics, actual topic is about the soul, about the Atma, which is the highest topic, which is the very important topic, which is the real topic. All other things will change, but soul will not change. Soul will always remain. But earth, water, ether, air, fire, mind, intelligence, ego, everything will be changing, but the soul will always remain as it is. Only the activities. Elsewhere it is said, Apashyatam Atma Tattvam Gruheshu Gruhamedinam. So Gruhamedis, they will be too much attached to the body, too much attached to the houses, their country of birth, their family, like that. So what happens if they don't get, they don't give up the household life, they don't pick up spiritual life? What happens? They may become ghosts in that same family, or they may take birth again in the same family. So it will go, such a chain will go up like that. Those who are attached to the bodily conception of life, and who thus stick to life as a grahastha, householder, on the platform of material sense cannot see the welfare of eternal soul. Grahamedi. So this is an opportunity. Human form of life is an opportunity to understand about the eternality of the soul and engagement in that eternal platform. But the grahasthas, they are attached to this temporary body on account of ignorance of their eternal self. They are engaging in this bodily activities. They will so for them there is no happiness. They will repeatedly take birth and die. So we all have to follow the Guru Parampara, then only we will get the real knowledge. Otherwise, some people will mislead us. So, like government is misleading, and politicians are misleading, film stars, sports stars. So many so-called Babajis, so-called Swamijis are misleading the human society to enjoy this temporary body, which is a wrong platform. But we have to approach the parampara, Guru Shishya parampara, which are authorized, like Madhvacharya is there, Ramanacharya is there, Nimbarka is there, Vishnu Swami is there. So many acharyas are there. We have to follow the acharyas. Then only we will be able to understand the reality of this world. Otherwise, people will mislead us and they will exploit us. One should understand himself to be part and parcel of Krishna and thus completely take shelter of his lotus feet for guaranteed spiritual success. So this politician, this sports star, this cricket stars, this so-called Swamijis will not tell you that you surrender to Krishna, you are part and parcel of Krishna. They will simply exploit you and they will cheat you. They will keep you always in ignorance. Everyone in the material world, in the bodily conception, is struggling hard for existence, life after life. Prahlad Maharaj therefore recommended that to stop this material condition of repeated birth and death, one should go to the forest. So in the city life, it is very difficult to follow spiritual life. So much distraction is there nowadays. So much distraction, TV, cinema, mobile, internet. So much distraction is there. So much illusion is there. So it is not possible to practice devotional service in these congested cities. Better to go to some solitary place, maybe some rasa, maybe some village, or maybe some holy place. Better to go there and engage in spiritual life. Then only it is possible, practical. Otherwise, it is living the city very difficult. If there is a temple, there is ISKCON center is there. It's good. Otherwise, we should try to develop a center there. Or we can go to where there is devotees, where there is a center. In the Varnashrama system, one first becomes a brahmachari, then a grahastha, a brahmanaprastha, and finally a sannyasi. So this is a gradual progress is there. From the boyhood to youth to old age, there is a progress. Similarly, there is in the youth, one is supposed to remain as a brahmachari, and when a little bit mature, he can get married. And in the boyhood, he is a brahmachari. In the youth, he will become a grahastha. At the old age, he will become a vanaprastha. After that, sannyasa. Going to the forest means accepting vanaprastha life, which is between grahastha life and sannyasa, as confirmed in the Vishnu Purana 3.8.9. Varnasrama charavata purushena parapuma Vishnu raradhyate tirtamrita madrila. By accepting the institution of Varna and Ashrama, one can very easily elevate himself to the platform of worshipping Vishnu. So gradually we should get trained ourselves as a brahmachari, then grahastha and vanaprastha, and last sannyasa. So in this way we can worship. In this way we can get elevated to spiritual life. Otherwise, if one remains in this bodily conception, one must not rot within this material world. If you are not able to understand this, if you are not ready to give up this family life, if you are not ready to give up this material world, then we'll take repeatedly birth and death. One must rot in the material world, and his life will be failure. So that is considered to be failure. Because human form of life only we can understand all these spiritual topics. Other life it is not possible. So if you are not utilizing this human form of life for the spiritual cultivation, spiritual progress, Krishna consciousness, devotional service, and it is a waste. Because you are given a multi-crore, if you are given a multi-crore building, Okay, so that building commercial complex, maybe you could take a multi-crore worth commercial complex is given to you, and you don't engage any business, you don't generate revenue with that property, that complex. And what is the use? It is a waste only, no? So it is like that. This body is like a highly worth, crores of worth body, human form of body. When this body is not utilized for higher purposes, spiritual purpose, Krishna consciousness, this is a waste only, a failure. This human form of life is a failure. So society must have divisions of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and for spiritual advancement one must gradually develop as a Brahmachari, Grahastha and Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. So there are three gunas are there, Satyaguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Based on the association of these three gunas, one becomes a Brahmana, one becomes a Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And also gradually one has to be trained as a Brahmachari and gradually as a Grahastha and then as a Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. So this is applicable to all categories of people. So spiritual life are applicable to all are welcome in this line. Anybody can get elevated if he practices. So Prahlad Maharaja recommended that his father accept Vanaprastha life because as a Grahastha he was becoming increasingly demoniac due to bodily attachment. So those who are too much attached to this body, because they become selfish, too much selfish, they don't give importance to others. So what happens? They harm others for their sense gratification. So ignorance is the cause for all kinds of suffering in this world. So this they become ghostly creatures. Sometimes they do not give up their bodily attachment. They are too much attached to the body and too much attached to the family and relatives and the country. They take again birth there, or if they don't get proper birth, they may become ghostly creature and they move around that country or that house. So that is how the ghostly population increases, because they are not having the spiritual knowledge. So that's why their ghostly population has increased in Kali Yuga also. In Kali Yuga, there is no proper food, there is no proper accommodation, there is no proper family relationship. So people are becoming ghostly creature. So Prahlad Maharaja recommended to his father that it is the duty of a son to liberate this father. That's why he is called a putra. Son offers Shraddha and Tarpana Pinda to ancestors, dead relatives, and his forefathers. So he delivers son delivers the forefathers, or no father, in case if he is not elevated, if he is moving like a ghostly creature, ghostly body. So son is responsibility of son is very high. As a father takes the responsibility of raising the children, similarly it is responsible of children to pay back all the love which he got from the father, from the parents. So it is his duty, in case if the father is suffering, it is his duty to help the father also. That's why he is called putra. If the son is a qualified son, he will help this father. That's why he is called putra. In case if he is not if he is not attained a suitable body, if his father has not attained a suitable body, then he may become ghostly creature. So that children are supposed to offer Pinda Tarpana to forefathers. And if he is not offering this, then he will have difficulty in his life. So that's why it's called putra. He delivers the father from a hell called Put. So Graha Mandakupa, this household life is considered to be dark well, because you will be entangled with so much responsibility, you cannot come out of this responsibility. You will have responsibility in the company, in the family, the children's and relatives, so many responsibility will be there. So you will be attached to this, fulfilling this responsibility, and you cannot come out of this responsibility. In our Krishna consciousness movement, we therefore invite all the elderly persons of the world to come to Vrindavana and stay there in retired life, making advancement in spiritual consciousness, Krishna consciousness. So when we have earned money, we should save it for retirement also. So nowadays it is totally difficult, but otherwise other olden period there were so many anathashramas were there, so many old age homes were there, so they were given all facilities. So now also there are so many places we can. So at the old age time we should go to forest if possible. Otherwise, if we can go to some holy place and stay in some monastery and then practice spiritual life, that is will be good. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Please chant this Hare Krishna mantra daily. That will definitely give you relief from anxieties. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Thank you. Hare Krishna. If you would like to donate, you can contact me 9611243737. That is 9611243737. Any donation is welcome. 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 300 rupees. Any donation is welcome. We only appreciate your attitude of giving. When you take something, you should also give something. That is a reciprocation. That is a showing of gratitude. So we take knowledge from my Guru. I take knowledge from my Guru, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, and His Divine Graces Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and Parampara. We take knowledge from them. So we try to offer them something in gratitude. Similarly, if you got benefited from this knowledge, you can offer some donation. I will offer to my Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada and Lord Krishna I will offer. Thank you. Hare Krishna.